Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Litte Simz on the show.
Yeah.
Litte Simz putting in major work in the UK for many, many years.
I mean, many's aggressive.
Nah, since you was a kid. How old are you now? 21?
22.
22? Like literally for a decade almost.
Yeah.
Oh, since you were 12. I didn't realize you were that young when you started.
Yeah.
Wow.
There was this cute picture that I saw. I think Estelle posted of you as like, you were like, what, maybe like 10 years old?
Mm-hmm. Of me and Estelle.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a TBT shot, and it was like, I want to know, because you guys talked about everything coming full circle. Like, was that a time that you like stood in line to meet her at that time, or how did it work?
Definitely. At that point, I think she just came out with like 1980 in the club, maybe, or maybe a little after that actually. And I remember we was at a festival called Afro Hair and Beauty, and like my sister took me up to meet her, and I got that picture, and I didn't let go of it.
A lot of people out here don't know Estelle before she had American Boy when she was big in the UK and hustling. We got hip to her around American Boy, you know, because she had the record. She had Kanye West on the record. I think she was tying to John Legend at the time. But you're known for your bars. You're known for your songs. You're known for your big movement in the UK, but you're also known for your bars.
Hot
too,
Flames.
Right? Flamey Flames?
Pretty good.
Just hot flames or flamey flames?
No,
like, I need you to.
No. She has some scorching flames. Confirmed scorching flames.
Why are you trying to be humble today?
Yeah, she is. Look, she looks all embarrassed.
Because you know you're in New York City now. And we up here at Hot 97. You can't come up here without
dropping hot bizarres.
I'll let you even go acapella because I'm a fan. And I think you're good. I won't even throw on a boom bap beat. I won't even force you to get on a premiere beat.
Is that what we're doing?
Well, I don't think she'd be fine on a premiere beat, too.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. You know,
you just
it's
let her.
early. You know, people come up here and they go, it's early. I don't feel like.
All right, so marinate on it for a couple minutes, but no, that's what's happening.
Okay, cool.
How about that?
Cool.
Wait, last time I saw you was like a year ago or something. You would put out an album, your debut album.
Yeah,
And
Curious Total Child.
And how did that one do? Because I saw you pop up a lot of places and seem to get a lot of love.
Thanks. Yeah, I have. Everyone's been quite receptive to what I've been doing, but my first album definitely helped to get me into places that I think I need to be in order to elevate me to the next step. It was really like a coming of age album, I think, and me definitely finding my sound, I think. And it was the first album I toured with, and I think that definitely taught me a lot going into my second album and knowing kind of what my demographic like to hear from me. I think I learned that my audience prefer a lot more energetic kind of songs, and my first record had a lot of very chill.
Tempo,
So I think going on tour really taught me that, okay, maybe I should pick up the energy.
Do you think that the influence, I mean, obviously Grime has some up-tempo to it, and the kind of the tone of UK hip-hop, grime, and that scene, the clubs, has energy to it all the time. You think that also influenced some of where music is at today?
Yeah,
in the
definitely.
UK?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you go to, I guess, an event in London and grime or anything of that nature comes on, the energy is always wild. Like, especially because it's something we obviously birthed. So when that comes on, it's like, as much as it gets you hype, you also feel like proud. Like, yeah, this is ours. Yeah, that answers your question.
Can you articulate for the U.S. audience? Because there is, you know, people who understand that grime is a culture within club and hip-hop. It's kind of like its own genre. Music has its own artists. But for someone who grew up, you know, in the UK, can you articulate for us what is the difference between, for you or for people in the grime culture? I've heard Skepta, I've had debates with him about it. The difference between grime and hip-hop.
Man, to be honest, I'm probably not the best person to answer that to, only because I definitely wouldn't classify myself as I'm more hip-hop, I think. But I guess the difference is, the obvious, which is tempo. Grime is predominantly 140 BPM. That's what it is.
Got it.
The sounds, I think,
in the beats, sounds in the beats.
in the beats, definitely. Grime stemmed from also like
so it's a
lot
style.
of dance hall,
It's a style of the production. Would you say?
yeah,
Sure,
for sure.
style production.
And even how the MC approaches the production, and we have things like wheel ups. You know what wheel ups are?
No.
Like you'll be in the MC will be going, and the DJ continues to pull up the song that's like kind of
Like a
big,
rewind.
Yeah, like a rewind.
Which is from
basically.
dance hall.
Yeah.
That's a dance hall.
Well, so
thing.
they would people would argue that that it is when we say it's a child of hip hop, they would argue it's a child of dance hall and garage,
right?
Yeah,
and not a
definitely
child
garage.
of hip hop,
Right.
The
Which
dis-
hip hop is a child of dance hall also,
right? And I just believe that,
and a child of anything that we sampled from,
right?
Which,
I mean, so much other stuff.
and
I
everything.
believe the somewhat misleading thing about that is that when people to act as if current grime music doesn't also borrow from MCing from a hip hop standpoint,
Right.
I think is inaccurate.
No, I think they acknowledge the rapping
Some
part.
do. But some people, if you're like, no, it's also derivative of hip hop, they're like, no, how dare you? And I'm like, I'm not saying you ripped off hip hop. I'm saying,
Well, and I've had this conversation where they, when I say they, people, fans of grime or people in the UK, think that hip hop is only the 90s boom bap. They think that is hip hop and that's it. The people that I've had that exact conversation, I'm like, no, hip hop is much more
when
than
they
that.
don't realize how much other stuff there is that's also
And they're
similar.
like,
Tempo
and one of the arguments was like, well, what do you call trap? I'm like, trap is a baby of hip hop. It's not its own. I mean, it's
a subgenre.
trap, but
It's
it's a subgenre. Just like Miami
subgenre.
bass is a subgenre, or hyphy music is a subgenre, or G-funk was a subgenre at the time, or whatever.
If someone ever
Screw music was a subgenre.
If someone ever if you ever had a conversation with a real hip hop fan and you were like, what kind of music are you into? And they're like, I'm into all kinds of stuff. Trap, bass,
drill.
Drill. I'd be like, you mean rap? You're like rap music. Okay, got it.
But to your point, I think it's a great conversation because to your point, all of those different genres have different production styles. Different patterns of how they go about approaching how they rhyme on those productions.
And with that, you can differentiate what is trap, what is grime, through the production, I think.
True.
It was a good combo, guy. Lil Simz. I mean, listen, thank you for helping.
You know
us
what I
out
love
with
about
that.
Little Sims? Is that she's not Lil Sims.
Yeah,
She's definitely not Lil.
She's little.
You're like 5'9"
little.
now. You're not little
Probably
anymore.
no, I'm not. I'm probably even taller than that, like 5'10".
No, that's not what I meant, by the way. I meant she made a conscious decision. Your name is Little.
It
it's
used
not
to
Little.
no, it used to be LIL though,
And why? So why did you change it to Little?
because I learned how to spell.
She was like, Lil's not a word? Oh my God, change everything.
Nah, I don't know. I just felt like I just wanted to spell it LITTLE.
Do you feel any excitement or pressure or anything to be an outspoken Black woman in this era that we are getting into, which, as we can see, it's not simply an American issue, but the Donald Trump America has influenced the entire Western world? Do you feel any sort of extra battery in your back as a result of sort of the women's movement that seems to be catching fire?
I've always had this kind of fire in my belly though. Always felt like I have a responsibility, like I have a duty, like I have something to say. Like, even though this is probably a lot to take on as a 22-year-old, just trying to be 22 still, I've always felt like if I'm going to say something, I need to make sure that not only is it positive, but it's honest. And because people don't really look to politicians like that, you know. The new politicians and musicians, like, everyone goes to listen to something to get their information, to get
Well, because nobody
inspiration.
believes the politicians. We know
Right.
they're serving whoever their donors are, whoever
Right.
got them in office, and a lot of times they'll tell lies just to please people that they know will keep them in office and not actually tell the truth and lead us down a path of being better.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
the same thing applies in the UK too. I mean, you guys obviously went through Brexit and all these things. I've had debates with people from London and the UK about racism. And many say it's absolutely a thing. Racism is absolutely a thing. But there are some people, Black, who deny racism exists.
It definitely is a thing, and it definitely does exist. Whether or not it's subtle or very blatant, it's still there. I've definitely experienced it personally, and I think I can speak for many when I say that it's still there.
And I'm sure you've experienced sexism through your journey.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Like, I was always kind of told that, you know, I have limitations. I can't, always I can't, because of the fact that I'm a woman, black woman at that. And it's not possible. No one else has done that. You want to break the states? What? Who else? Like, just so much, like, just doubt. Like, and I think with that, subconsciously, it did get to me in terms of feeling like, maybe I can't, and maybe this path isn't for me. But I think because I've just always been a driven person and ambitious, that's kind of like not stood in my way.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think I read you talking about we as women need real models versus role models.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on that?
I stand by that 100%. I said this before in an interview, like, it's very easy to call someone a role model but when you think of the word role, it's like you have to live up to that. You have to play a part. You have to play a role, and it doesn't allow you to be your human self. And that's why I said the thing about just being a real model. I want people to look at me and feel like, I can relate to her. I can relate to her story. You know, it just, I think, humanizes you a little.
Right.
For sure.
Let's go. Litte Simz. Let's get to these bars, man. Ebro in the morning. She's like, it's early, but we have a policy here now. Ebro in the morning, Hot 97, Laura Styles, Rosenberg. Whatever your skill set is when you come up here, you may be asked to display it, so be prepared, and Simz is prepared. Let's get it acapella, Acapulco.
All right. You will love what I find in you. If you're real, they won't hide the truth. I've been told that before. We the core of the world. I'm not an ordinary girl. That was never my fate. Is the heaven my place? I'm forever in space. Got some shit I need changing. I'll confess to your face. Would you miss me if I up and left you today? Ain't no games to be played. No way, I'm not insane. My heart's in agony now. If you believe love is pain, still I'll never complain. I miss the bond like a motherless child. Heart rate's been going for miles. Cherish the roots of the world. Can you survive in the wild? Fronting and faking a smile. Venting to the world of Twitter. How they be teething your style is crazy, you know. I'm just free in myself. I'm content, but all I ask is hold me down or let me go. You see, it's crazy, you know. I'm just free in my soul. I'm content, but all I ask is hold me down or let me go. Let me go.
Litte Simz. That was light work. You gave us some light work
Yeah,
today.
she's really,
You gave us light
she
work
mailed
today.
it in. She put it in a FedEx
You
envelope
like?
and mailed it in. FedEx envelope. Send it, check it later.
What's the new project right now? There's a new project, right, on the way.
Yeah, it's out right now. Stillness in Wonderland. Yeah.
What's it
go.
called? Stillness in Wonderland?
Yeah.
And this is your second official album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the title's a follow-up, right?
No.
What was
not
the first one?
A Curious Tale of Trials and Persons.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then Stillness
it
in
is-
Wonderland.
Yeah.
But
It is, I
it's-
guess, a sequel. Story-wise, yeah.
And just like musically, she's very full. Like there's just a lot of lyrics, a lot of content, there's a lot.
Mhm.
It's dope.
You guys give it up for Litte Simz. Thanks. Always good to see you, kid.
Thank
Keep working.
you.
Yeah.